Hey there, if you are watching this video, you are here to learn more about how to get the most from your LinkedIn connections. And what do we mean by that? Well, let me start by first saying that often the quality of our professional and personal lives are often aligned with the quantity and more so the quality of our relationships, whether they be personal or in this case, professional. So what I'm going to do here today is give you a new and different way to look at and harvest your LinkedIn connections so it's easy and quick to get a variety of things from it. And the three main things that you're going to learn today are, if you're in sales or biz dev, you're going to be able to build a pipeline quicker and easier. I guarantee you that. If you want to explore the hidden job market, this is going to be a way to do it that is very simple, and it's going to be kind of hopefully open up a new world for you. And then the final thing is, when you do get to the interview stage, if you are looking for a job, it's going to make you look so much different, so much more unique than anybody they were interviewing. It's going to be a really great thing to have and a great thing to know. Now, before I get into the nuts and bolts here, I just want to say this is not clickbait. I hate clickbait, don't you? Right? You're eating eggs wrong. Who writes these things? You've been eating burgers wrong all this time. No, I haven't. And this is one of my least favorite ones. You've been brushing your teeth wrong. You know what? My sister and I were raised by a pair of great parents that are still around today, and they taught us excellent physical and oral hygiene. So we have not been brushing our teeth wrong. We've been brushing them right. And I'm not going to tell you that you're using LinkedIn wrong, so don't worry about that. What I will show you is how to use it a little bit better and a little bit differently than what you're used to, right? Learning new things is always good. Now, it is going to involve a spreadsheet. Now, don't be afraid of spreadsheets. It's not going to be that bad. If you have basic Excel sheets or Excel skills, you'll be fine. And I'll walk you through it step by step. The main things we're going to do today, I'm going to show you how to export your LinkedIn connections to Excel or your favorite spreadsheet program. We're going to sort and analyze these in a little bit different way than you might be used to. And then I'm going to give you some tips for evaluating relationships to get the most out of the relationships that you have. Okay. Now, what I should say, this process is like baking a cake or doing a recipe. I'm going to give you the ingredients. I'm going to give you the spatula. I'm going to give you the utensils. I'm going to tell you, how hot to set the oven and things like that. But in the end, this is going to be your cake that you're going to make. So take the time to really follow the directions here, and you will really like the results. So let's get started. The first thing that you need to do is open up your favorite web browser and go to linkedin.com. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to linkedin.com, of course, and now you're going to click on the me icon. It's very pretty, it's very fashionable, and you're going to click on the button that says settings and privacy. Now you're going to look here to the left. You're going to look data privacy, how LinkedIn uses your data, and now you're going to click here, get a copy of your data. So click on that. Now here's where everybody gets a little confused. So you do not do this. Do not do this. Do not click this top button. If you do, you're going to be locked out of getting any downloads and any data from LinkedIn for at least 24 hours. You're not going to be a happy camper. You're going to click this second button, and you're going to check connections only. Then you're going to click this very attractive, very nice blue archive. It's going to say request archive, and it's probably going to ask for your password again. So you enter your password, and you will be getting an email in about 10 minutes. So the email you're going to get is going to look something like this. It's going to say your LinkedIn data archive is ready. And depending on how your settings are, it may not go directly to your inbox. It might go to social or marketing or maybe even spam. So just, do a search for LinkedIn data. If it takes more than a half hour, something went wrong. Okay, welcome back. You've downloaded your connections. You've opened them in Excel. It was probably a CSV file. The first thing you're going to want to do is save it as an Excel or numbers or whatever thing. You don't need it as a CSV. That's number one. Number two, I've kind of saved some time, but what I've done is I've bolded the top line, and I've also locked the top line as well. It's just easier to do that. Now, what you may be noticing is here, say, wow, Len has a lot of people whose name is first name 219. These are all fictional or fictitious, I should say, first names and last names. Thank you to the Google last name generator. If you ever need a group of 500, random names, Google has it. Email address, you're probably not going to get that, so I'm actually going to just kind of hide that right now. You don't really need that because you're not going to have a lot of data there. Company, position, and it even has connected on, okay? So what you're going to do here, once you've made it sortable, and you can do that in data and sort and filter. Hopefully you know how to do that. It'll be in the description. Just like in the cooking shows, right? They put the cake in and 2 seconds later they take it out. I've done some things in advance for you, and here is the crux of everything. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to column A and you're going to insert a new column and you're going to label that relationship. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. The next thing you're going to do is usually between the company and the position, you're going to put type, okay? Now for me, most of my connections are either they work at agencies or clients or tech firms, technology, data, publishers, and then there's other. So you can assign letters as you see fit. That's how I do it. The other could be your doorman, could be whoever, your dentist, that type of thing. So then you're going to do is you're going to sort by company. So because that's easier, right? And then you're going to assign every company a type. So in this case, 33 Across is actually, I'm going to put them as a tech company, right? So I'm going to put a T here, that type of thing. So you're going to go through all, and you have to alphabetize these, because if you don't alphabetize them, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a lot easier when you alphabetize them. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is once you've alphabetized these and assigned them all types, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the new column A that you created, relationships. And here we're going to talk a little bit about relationships. Okay, relationships. If you've used Salesforce or a similar CRM program, you usually put sales opportunities, 100, 75, 50, and then 0. 100 is closed deal. You got the paperwork. Everything's fine. It's going to run. 75, still looking pretty good. 50 is 50-50. It might run. It might not. They might say yes. They might say no. And we're going to apply the same thing to relationships. But in this case, when we get to the relationship quality, this is how I think about it. So to me, 100 relationship is a deep, well-nurtured relationship. It could be a relationship where we like the same music and we go to concerts together. It could be a relationship where your kids might be on the same bowling team as your client's kids, or somebody that works at an agency. I call those 100 people. Maybe you play 100 typically means you're socializing with them, or the relationship is long and deep. So it usually extends outside of business. So I put 100 for those types of relationships. Now 75 is still pretty good. These are people that you see, at conferences, at networking events, pretty regularly. Or you have a good business relationship, but it's not amazing. Maybe it doesn't go into the social aspects. I would put those at 75. And then as far as 50, basically to me, 50 means that it's a 50-50 shot that you'll remember them or they'll remember you. Maybe you met them a couple of years ago at a, ad exchanger event or just some other event, or maybe you had one meeting or one conference call or one Zoom. So for me, a 50 means a 50-50 shot that I'll be able to get a meeting with them or they might be able to get a meeting with me. That's what 50 means to me. Okay, so now that we've gone over how to score and evaluate relationships, this is the hard part. This is where you make your cake you. And you're going to go through every person and you're going to score the relationships. Now, that's why we alphabetize them by company, because certain companies are going to be more important. There may be some companies that you don't really care about right now. So I would start with the companies that you are most interested in, or you can actually go by job titles, right? Oh, how many marketing consultants or media relations people do I have? And let me score those first. So, and that's really the beauty of this sorting function that allows you to see it in a few different ways. Because if you have 2,000 connections, it's going to take a while. It's going to definitely take a little while. But once you have this done, this is really where you get to eat the cake. And I'm going to tell you how you can eat the cake. Okay, so the way to eat the cake here is, let's say you want to build a pipeline. So you're going to look for all your brand strategists, or you're going to look for CEOs or marketing, whatever it happens to be. And then you're going to see who you know and how well you know them. And those are the people you start with first, with an email, with a phone call, with a text, okay? And then let's say you are about to go on an interview. And when you're interviewing, maybe they say, if you're interviewing for a sales job, you know what, we really need people that know a lot of people at these companies or these agencies. Let's say this is an agency job. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to say, well, you know what? I know these people at this agency. Now, the beauty of this is that I have interviewed many people for sales jobs and other jobs. And let me tell you something. People have a tendency to exaggerate and name drop in interviews. So if you use this, that'll lessen your dependency on maybe exaggerating or name dropping. And the beauty of it is you can show this to people, right? You can show this. Now, when I show this in an interview setting, I will gray out last names or something that can indicate who these people are. But you can say, listen, you know what? I evaluated who I know at all the agencies. And these are a bunch of people that I know. And this is how well I know this person Skinner or this person Ramirez or this person Novak. You know what? Our kids are on the same Little League team. This makes you look infinitely more smart and more unique than just about anybody else that they are interviewing. And then finally, if you are looking for a job, and let's say you want to work at a publisher. I want to be very popular with my friends and family, and I want to have an exciting life, and I want to work at a publisher. So you're going to go, okay, these are all the people I know that work at publishers, and these are my relationships with them. These are the people I can start with. Take them out a coffee, buy them a Zoom coffee, buy them a Zoom green tea, something like that, and just shoot the hay with them, right? And tell them that you might be interested in a new position. And oftentimes this is going to lead you to the hidden job market. Okay, so it's going to take you a little while to do it, but once you do it, it's not going to be that hard to update. So it's going to take you a little while, but this will definitely help you fill your pipeline, look smart in an interview. And I would recommend you do this about once a year. You know, if you are rotating your tires, you're going to want to update this at least once a year. If you'd like to connect with me, if you got some good stuff out of this, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. And I want to say thank you to Rob McLaughlin and his band, the West Coast Hearts, for providing the music that you heard in the beginning and that you're hearing right now. Search Spotify or Apple Music for West Coast Hearts. If you like pop music that has a good beat and is emotional and soulful with great lyrics, you will love the West Coast Hearts. My name is Len Bolello. I hope you got a lot out of this. Thanks for watching.